Sadio Mane is the African player of the year. Hello, everyone. Welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. This is centered around Mane, but it's really a Bayern news show. Let's be honest. I'm not going to spend too long talking about this award. Salah was in the running. Liverpool fans are angry. It should have been Mo Salah. Should have been him. Man, you can never get enough of these scousers. I entertain them because I have to. Mane won the AFCON. Mane got Senegal to the World Cup. I think Salah failed to do that. Mo Salah. Why shouldn't he win this award? And he won it. He played a big part in Senegal's competition. He also did better for Liverpool in 2022 than Salah did. Salah had like a period of months where he had no open play goals. All his goals were penalties. So come on, Mane thoroughly deserved this award. And yeah, fair play to the Liverpool fans that are congratulating Mane. Most Liverpool fans know ball because they've been spoiled with Jurgen Klopp. But some of them are still stuck in the, if you leave us, you're a traitor and you're not rated anymore. Come on, man. It's weird. Mane, congratulations to him. According to Bayern, he won't be traveling to the U.S. It was supposed to be go to Senegal, win the award, come back, and then come back to the U.S., play against Man City, and then back to Germany. It's too much traveling for him, so he's flying to Munich. He's going to be there until the team comes back. He's going to train by himself. I think the team's coming back after the Man City game, which is in 2 days. Really not much lost. It's the same thing. Yeah, that shows you Bayern respected. The Bundesliga also streamed the awards, which is another sign of respect for Sadio Mane and the other African players that are playing in the league. Realistically, it's only Mane. I think Sebastian Haller represents Côte d'Ivoire, so I'm guessing that's another thing. And then you had most players that are getting nominated here played in the Bundesliga. Not most, some of them. Yeah, it was a very competitive award, and Mane won it, man. Yeah, he's amazing. The problem with Africa is they just don't have the infrastructure, but there's clearly ability. Players like Koulibaly, Sadio Mane, Samuel Eto'o in the past, even Mo Salah. They came, they built their path, and really it consisted of them moving out of Africa at a very young age and adapting to some academies. But imagine if they had the infrastructure, a country like Germany has, the footballing infrastructure. Man, we would be getting talent every day. And it's not about the world status of the country, whether it's a third world or a first world country. I think it has more to do with the footballing infrastructure specifically, because it's not like Brazil is this technologically advanced nation, but they consistently produce players that are good. Most footballers come from these upbringings, these harsh lives that were very tough. They played on concrete. They didn't have balls. They would wrap some clothes and make a ball with it or something. They would take anything and play football with it. Even rocks, man. Some of these guys are playing ball with rocks. It happens in Brazil, in those streets, the favelas. It happens in Africa, all around the continent. And then they get an opportunity to prove it in Europe. But imagine if they weren't playing with rocks, but from a young age, they were playing in academies, playing in teams. Infrastructure isn't the only thing, because the U.S. is the most powerful nation on earth, the richest country in world history. Everyone here lives very reasonable lives. Even the homeless people have food on their not food on their bodies, clothes on their bodies, right? Whereas in actual poor countries, middle-class people don't even have that. So they're struggling to live day to day. So it's not just the infrastructure, because we suck at football. It's the culture. So players like Mane, Koulibaly, Salah, Mahrez, all these guys, Eto'o, George Weah in the past, they had the upbringing. It just so happens that the cards just went with it, and they became ballers and went to European clubs. Yeah, man, football is a great way to get out of poverty for some of these guys. So for Mane, this award means more than just a ball with his name on it. It's what he worked for, what he dreamt of as a child. So congratulations to him. That's why I wanted to start this live stream and just quickly talk about it here. I know it's like 2 a.m. for some of you. People were waking up like, oh, he uploaded again at 2 a.m. when I was sleeping. In other Bayern news, not Bayern, but dang, it looks like David Raum is headed over to Leipzig. Very interesting. Leipzig are in advanced talks with the player and Hoffenheim as well. Man, that's a very interesting transfer. Raum is headed to Leipzig. I didn't see that coming. People are asking, what does it mean for Angelino? Well, by the way, first of all, he rejected Dortmund. What does it mean for Angelino? I honestly don't know. Why? Why are they getting Raum? Angelino is a good player. I just feel like he's a Bruno Fernandes type player. He tries too many crosses too often. I feel like he should pick his moments better. That's what the greatest players of all time do. They try, but they try at the right times. Angelino keeps spamming crosses. He tries everything. It eventually works, and it looks great, but you lost the ball about 50 times in one game. I think that's what Tedesco wants to avoid. But Leipzig got slapped by Liverpool, and 2 hours later, they're signing one of the best left-back talents, or I guess one of the better left-backs in the world. I mean, Raum has 13 assists. His delivery is out of this world. This man delivers better than Amazon Prime, and they come straight to your door, and if anything is missing, they send it to you, and no questions asked. I'm telling you, Raum's delivery is amazing. So it's actually interesting to see Leipzig signing him. I mean, if you watch that Liverpool-Leipzig game, they desperately need a ball-playing DM, a midfielder. Campbell is supposed to be their Kimmich, but he ain't no Kimmich. You need someone that's comfortable on the ball in midfield. Campbell's too weak. He's too old. He's skinny. He gets pushed around easily. On his day, he's decent. And yeah, this won't show up in the little games. When you're playing Freiburg, all you need is combativeness in the midfield. You don't really need superior technical ability. You just need a combat. That's it. You just need to fight. Battle it out. But in the big games like Liverpool, Bayern, you're going to need that extra factor. You're not just going to need hard work because Bayern have hard work. You should be working hard if you play for Bayern. But you should have more than that. That's why I'm not really looking at Laimer like we should sign him. I know the club wants to, but let's be realistic here. Konrad Laimer's technical ability is limited. I like him. I like him at Leipzig, though. I like him running around and pressing. I like watching that. But I don't think he'd fit our style of play. We have so many technical players that can do the same thing. I don't know, man. It's just, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Laimer is really technical. His passing is amazing. It's out of this world. But I watched Gravenberch ball out last night. Come on. And that's the technical ability I'm talking about. I don't think Konrad Laimer can do that. I don't think he can do what Gravenberch did. So what can he do? Win the ball a lot. But what does it matter if you win the ball a lot and have no ball-playing capabilities? That's why Leipzig can't win the Champions League yet or win those tight games because they don't have these technical players. In a tight game, Leroy Sané can do something. Alphonso Davies has the technique to do something. Jamal Musiala can come on and do something. So that's just my opinion. I don't see why we should get Laimer. But I also don't see why Leipzig aren't signing another ball-playing midfielder. They desperately need it. More than us. Yes, neither Laimer nor Sabitzer is Bayern level. I think Sabitzer has a lot to show. I'm not just going to write him off. But I never wanted us to sign him. Because although I like watching him at Leipzig, I don't like watching him at Bayern. Because for me, if you want to play at Bayern, you have to have a certain thing about you that makes you, whoa. We can use Laimer as a right back to compete with. Nah, that would just be a waste. That would be a waste. just use Stanisic. He would give you the same thing as Laimer right back. Laimer's versatile. That's why Nagelsmann wants him, and he knows him. Can't go wrong with someone you know. We'll see, though. We'll see. Sometimes it's not, it's not the clearest thing. But on the Raum thing, moving from Hoffenheim to the Bundesliga, to Leipzig is good for the Bundesliga. We've been getting screwed in the last few years with losing star after star to the Premier League. Sancho, Haaland, De Bruyne. It happens time and time again. They go out to these foreign clubs. They ball out. They get their assists and their goals. They get regarded as the best in the world. But it's not in the Bundesliga. It doesn't improve any Bundesliga team. In the Champions League, they're at the same level. These Bundesliga teams don't improve. Yeah, so bringing him and keeping him in the Bundesliga is something Leipzig did, and it's smart. I wonder if Leipzig are going to go for Mohamed Kamara, someone more ball playing than their midfielders. They really need it. I mean, if you watch that Liverpool game, Leipzig were combative in the first half. It was only 1-0, and the goal Liverpool scored was a mistake from Leipzig, a very childish, immature mistake. You can tell that team was treating that game like it was too important. Nah, man, it's a friendly. Just show yourself. Try some new things. Tedesco wanted his players to play more calm, and it was just they were too focused on the game in a weird way. They wanted it too bad. In a friendly game, they were angry. You had Semikan pushing people like it's not that deep, bro. It's a friendly. This doesn't count to your season. So, and that's because they didn't have the control in the midfield. They were getting frustrated by Thiago. Gosh, man, I miss Thiago Alcantara. Dude, what he was doing to Leipzig is something. Thiago didn't do anything flashy, anything crazy, no crazy passes, no assist. But if you watch that first half, Thiago bosses the midfield. The first half and then a few minutes after. And it wasn't even his best game. Just simple possession recycling. He would pop off on the left side of the center backs, in the middle of the center backs, collect the ball, spray it, and then he'd come forward. And then when a Leipzig player tried to press, he would keep the ball. He would dribble around the pressure sometimes. He would pass here and there. Some of his passes were bad. But bro, come on, man. Leipzig let Darwin Noodles score 4 goals. Bruh, why are Liverpool fans celebrating that? That Leipzig goalkeeper in the second half, people think that was Gulacci. It wasn't. Dude, that was some dude that never played a freaking football match in his life that played that. So I don't know why they're celebrating like they scored against a Champions League goalkeeper. You scored against some guy that's never played football. Even the penalty Noodles scored was like a deflection. Every goal Liverpool scored was like a breakdown from Leipzig's midfield. So if Leipzig want to compete in the Bundesliga, they have to get a midfielder that can ball out. Yes, it's okay to have the Laimer next to the midfielder. It's okay to have Schlager, but you need someone that's just good at possession, that can retain the ball. That's how you play like Man City or Bayern. Liverpool didn't have that till Thiago. So a lot of their games was just war in the midfield. It was just fighting, pushing people, because no one had the technical elegance to just be bowling. But when Thiago stepped into that Liverpool midfield, he changed the dynamic. Bayern already had Kimmich, so Thiago leaving wasn't the worst thing that could have happened to us. Well, it was one of the worst things, but we weren't set back so far. But with Gravenberch coming in, we have players now that can dribble through pressure. So I'd say we have Thiago Alcantara's replacements, because in Kimmich, we have the passing and the game reading, the intelligence. And then in Gravenberch, you have the dribbling, the finesse, man. Thiago gave you all of that in one player, and now you have it in 2 players. So, yeah, man. Do you have a backup? No. We're playing with Mané and Gnabry up top. Both of them just interchange. And actually yesterday, that was like the bright spots. I mean, we cooked DC United. Keep in mind, one of the worst teams in the MLS. We cooked them, though. We played through their pressure. I mean, it was crazy. Sabitzer scored a crazy goal, and it was like a Mané to Sané combination. And then Vidovic got the ball. Yeah, everyone was cooking yesterday. Mané was cooking. Sané was cooking. All the Anes were cooking. And Gnabry cooked too. You think Gravenberch will replace Goretzka if he's injured? Well, if Gravenberch plays in the Bundesliga like he played there yesterday, I don't see why not. Goretzka is a disappointment because he consistently gets injured. And you're just like, And I'm not even surprised anymore. Why would I be surprised that Goretzka got injured and missed preseason? Why would I be surprised? Well, it happened, and it keeps happening. At some point, man, we're just going to need to go, all right, Goretzka might not be a starter. We might need to consider selling him if he keeps getting injured. This is supposed to be his season. He needs to take that responsibility, keep himself fit. Sometimes it's not even his fault. He just gets injured. He's packing a lot of muscle as well. And the more muscle you have, the easier it is to pull one of those muscles. So, in hindsight, was it a good idea to have that many muscles? Because the reason he got those muscles in the first place, during the first lockdowns, he just decided, you know what? I'm going to gain all the muscle in the world. And he gained the muscle. And I feel like he got injured more often after that. But remember, he was there for our Champions League campaign. He was amazing against Barcelona in the 8-2. He was amazing against Lyon. He was amazing in the final. He did some great things. His passes were great. In the following season, it was injury after injury, but you could see the glimpses of real ability. And whenever Goretzka was injured, Tolisso was also injured. So you could never see if Tolisso could do something. But we all knew Tolisso was incapable of playing out of the back because he would freak out every time. So fast forward till now, he took a few weeks off just training by himself. We didn't play him and rush him. And now he's back, and it's another knee injury. And it's like, come on, his career is just going sideways. Whereas Kimmich and Gnabry are just staying fit, Goretzka's just getting injured. And it's sad. It's unfortunate. Would you take Gundogan? No. I think Leipzig should sign Ilkay Gundogan. Yeah, I know. I think they should sign him. I actually think Gundogan, wait, where did he go? I know he's a free agent, right? Ilkay, where'd you go? Huh. Is he's a free agent, right? Dude, why is no Bundesliga team snatching up Gundogan? Oh no, he renewed his contract and it expires next year. I thought when he scored that goal, it was like his last moment at Man City. Dude, Leipzig should go for someone like him. His profile is exactly what they need. A ball-playing midfielder. And he has experience in the Champions League, in the Premier League. Wow, I just came upon a gem here. I think Dortmund can go for it. Dude, who do Dortmund have in the midfield? They have Bellingham. Ball playing doesn't just mean they can play football. Obviously, you need to play football to a certain degree to play for any team. You need to play football at a different length. Each player has their own radio frequency, each position. Gundogan is more of a sit between the two center backs, pass the ball, pop it off, run forward, pop it off. That's what he does. And his passing is crisp. It's been coached by Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp. He can press, but he can also pass and play football. You can pop the ball here. What does Kimmich do for us? He doesn't just sit back there and just recycle. He plays different passes, different areas of the field. That's what Gundogan would give to Leipzig. Leipzig do not have a player that can go from the back, pass the ball here, run there. Like Orban's passing just looks off. It looks like he's forcing his passing ability because he's not that great at it. Campbell looks good, but he's weak and he's not robust in how he plays. If you watch Pogba play, it's kind of what they need a little bit. Someone that can dribble through the pressure. Gundogan can do that. He can just drop his shoulder and turn. That's what you need. You need that robust ability. Someone that can dribble the football for more than 5 touches. I feel like whenever Campbell touches the ball, someone just pushes him off of it. So I think Leipzig should sign Gundogan. And the reason I talk about Leipzig a lot is because I really like watching them. I think they play the funnest style of football. I wouldn't want Bayern playing that style because it's too risky. They do this high press. All their players are just fast. And it's like no one's really technical. So it's like it's fun. Like every Leipzig game is super fun. Yeah, I think Gundogan's been behind Pep's 4 league titles since he went to Man City. Pogba plays like that for United. He's just always injured. Kane is the next Bayern number 9. Yeah, energized. We need Sabitzer to play Cam/CM. Sabitzer's finished, man. Let's be honest. No, he's not finished. He just needs time. Energizer bunny. Yeah, that's what Gundogan is. Someone energetic they're addicted to possession. They keep the ball, and when they need to, they pass him between the lines. Come on. Dang, man. I can't believe they signed that David Raum. I'm wondering where he goes. Gundogan plays every game, almost every game, unless he's injured. But yeah, my man, what was his, like he played, why doesn't it break it down by seasons? Why? Why does it do this? No, he plays every game, man. Like he's one of the first names on the team sheet. People don't know about Gundogan though. People only want to talk about De Bruyne because it's easy to watch Kevin De Bruyne and like him. But you need someone like Gundogan. He played 27 games in the Prem last season. He was up there in the City charts for most minutes played. And this is Man City we're talking about. And he has 49 goals and 33 assists. He's good at penalties. And he's overall just really good. I think most teams should think about signing Gundogan. Freaking bowler. Pep doesn't just play you. And you don't remain in a Pep Guardiola team for that long unless you're ice cold with it. That's, you don't remain in a Pep team until you have something about you. Dang, City already have eight league titles. No European titles though. Well, they won the Cup Winners' Cup in the 70s when dinosaurs still existed. Yeah, Man City, bro. Dang, they won the English Cup, the League Cup like 4 times in a row. Talk about Farmers League. Man City have won their league title 1, 2, 3, 4 times in the last 4 years. Wait, 5 years. Farmers League. If you start saying 5 league titles in the last 6 years, it's kind of getting close to where Bayern and Juve were. Juve stopped their run because they got trash. It became garbage. Did you see the Manchester United are trying to get Ismail Benassar? Really? Is that like their De Jong replacement? Apparently, De Jong liked the post from De Ligt that said De Ligt was celebrating his debut goal. And De Jong put in the chat like the fire. and people are saying we should get De Jong. I'm saying this now. I would happily welcome Frank De Jong to Bayern. De Jong's a bowler on his day, obviously. Not always, but I think he's a great player. We need a good replacement for Neuer. You shouldn't think about replacing a player that you shouldn't think about replacing. You know, FIFA does this to people because now you're saying replace Neuer. Why? Like, he's still one of the best goalkeepers in the world. He makes unbelievable saves. Oh, and Neuer apparently got his wallet stolen. Or no, he lost his wallet, and the driver of the taxi he was in drove back and gave it to him. And he was annoyed that Neuer gave him his shirt as a reward. And I'm like, bro, I understand, you know, why you'd be angry. But what were you expecting Neuer to do? Get down on two knees and start sucking your pee-pee for giving him his crap back? Why did you need to drive 75 miles? Oh, I guess he might have driven, or Neuer it might have been like at a different airport. They left, and then he called Neuer and was like, or didn't call Neuer. He would have driven back to where, oh gosh, I don't know, man. But why was he expecting a reward for just doing something courteous? Yeah, so Neuer's 36. He's not there yet to the point where we just need to get rid of him. He's still one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Now, there's certain games where I'm like, oh, I wish he could do this and do that instead of this and that. But he makes tremendous saves still. Watch the PSG game in 2020. Neuer outclassed Mbappe and Neymar. People think, oh, they just shot straight at him. If you can consistently say that about a goalkeeper, what does that tell you about the players he's playing? He scares them. He makes them go. Neuer shocks them. His goalkeeping capability is sensational. So I'll say this: Manuel Neuer is still where we need him to be. Maybe in 2 seasons we can start talking about that. Maybe next year. Maybe this season he just starts sucking, and then we start thinking about it. But that's not my priority. I don't care about a new goalkeeper. I want Bayern to sign Ismail Benassar, man. Come on. Oh, Ismail Benassar, bro. He's so good, man. He's so good. So it looks like Manchester United are trying to bid up on him. 45 million. You know, we're talking about ball playing DMs. This guy's Thiago Alcantara's regen. I kid you not. His finesse is similar to Thiago. Just so much about him. Just he's a blessing to watch, man. And it's not like AC are going to demand an outstanding fee for him. But this would be my guy if Bayern were trying to get a CDM that would replace Thiago. And it looks like we're not going to be playing a back three. So we're going to look for more midfielders and less defenders now. I'm just really happy we're not playing a back three because at no point in that preseason match did we move to a back three. Against Man City, if we play a back three, then Nagelsmann will have us play a back three in big games, which would piss me off even more because it means we're bending over and changing our philosophy because of the opponent. Yeah. So if we play a back three against Man City, then that's our strategy. We'll play a back three in big games and a back four in little games. So, yeah, man, let's see what happens. Rangers are reaching a new contract with James Tavernier. Dude, if I was like a smart club, I would sign Tavernier. That guy does some good stuff. But it doesn't look like he's leaving them. My man had 7 Europa League goals. Pretty good. And he's a good captain. He's always getting these FIFA cards that are impossible to defend against. Luckily, I don't play FIFA anymore. How much would Benassar cost? United are bidding 45 million, so Around that, I'm guessing. Yeah, he would force a move to Bayern. Any player would want to play for this Bayern team. I'd want to play for this Bayern team, and I know I'd lose every game for us. No, man. Think about this. Bayern Munich are the best ran club in Europe. We were the only team to make a profit in the 2 years COVID was rampant, just destroying the football economy. Fans weren't allowed in the stadiums, and clubs were losing money every game they were hosting. It actually cost more to have an empty stadium and operate it, pay the cameramen, pay the linesmen, pay everything, and the production team, because you had no fans. No one was buying tickets to make up for it. On top of that, sponsorships were on pause because sponsors were like, we don't know when this ends, and you have to go back to having no fans again. But Bayern Munich, despite all the economic pressures of COVID, managed to turn a profit. That's a legendary thing right there. That's incredibly crazy. Now, we did win a Champions League, and that boosted us a bit. But it wasn't just 1 year. We lost to PSG in the quarters in 2021. So, dude, Bayern are so well ran. So players are going to look at that. They're going to say, man, even if there was a worldwide pandemic, I still get paid. I want to play for Bayern. They're going to look at Manchester United, Arsenal, and how season after season they suck. And they're going to choose the option for their career that brings in less stress, but still the same amount of work. At Bayern, you must have the mentality to win. Kingsley Coman said it. I mean, if you watch the Bayern documentary, those players were depressed after every loss. It hurt them. And I'm like, it's not that deep. We'll win again. We're Bayern. Or the outside fans might be like, it's just a Bundesliga. Those players were freaking pissed. Just losing one game made them want to kill themselves. That's the Bayern mentality. So players want to join us because they love the mentality of the club and the way it's ran. They know it's going to keep them financially stable for years while also giving them a competitive edge, winning Champions Leagues. Yeah, man. So Ismail Benassar would push a move to Bayern, not Manchester United in the Europa League or Arsenal. If Bayern come in for you, you agree personal terms and you say, Big Daddy Bayern, when? You don't ask how, you ask when. Davies will pocket Mahrez soon. Oh, shoot, that game against Man City is going to be fun. You like Raum? I don't watch Raum enough to know a lot about him, but I do know Leipzig signing him is pretty good. He's one of the best left backs in the Bundesliga, probably top 4 or 5. I don't know. I don't know which position he'd be in. It's certainly not 1 because that's Alphonso Davies. And then you can put Angelino up there. Dortmund lost a big signing there. Leipzig are probably going to sign him for 20 million or something, right? If they do that, yeah, great business. After losing to Liverpool, to respond by signing a great German talent, that's a way to respond to failure. So RB Leipzig are going to be really, really blessed with the signing of Raum. That's if they sign him and another ball-playing midfielder. Dortmund, for me, need a coach. I don't think Terzic is going to be what they think. They're only going back to him because when a man's is lonely, he's going to go back to the hoe that he should have never been with, right? That's what Dortmund's doing with Terzic. They think Terzic is going to do something because he showed it that one time by winning the DFB Super Cup, or Pokal. But they didn't contextualize the win. Do they remember how the atmosphere was around that DFB Pokal? Bayern got kicked out early. It was pretty much theirs to win. So, and if Leipzig were better on the day, they could have won that easily. Yeah, so my point being, Borussia Dortmund don't yet know how Terzic actually performs in a full season, but they went for him anyways. with coaches around Europe that could have fit the position better. They went for a yes man, so the board can ask him anything and he'll say, yes, boss. Yes, he won't question them on any of their incompetence. So it was a safe decision. So I think Dortmund need a better coach. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I just don't think Terzic cuts it. I don't think he demands the dressing room. I don't think he commands victory. I don't think he commands competitiveness from his players. Tedesco does it, but Leipzig doesn't have the team that Dortmund has. I would say Borussia Dortmund had a better transfer window than Leipzig. But Leipzig play better football than Dortmund and are more consistent and are more hungry because the coach gives that to the team. Tedesco was screaming on the sidelines whenever his team didn't pass the ball correctly. You can tell he's like a Pep Guardiola perfectionist. What Leipzig need to do for Tedesco is give him some damn midfielders that can ball out and control the tempo of games like that. Because they had more possession, but nothing they did with it. Because Liverpool would press them into unquestionable areas, and they would make mistakes. And that's how they scored almost all their goals. So Leipzig have the coach, but not the team Dortmund has. I would say Bellingham is better than anyone in Leipzig's midfield. That's just my opinion. Damn, Leipzig might have an equal squad. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, we're talking about Europa League semifinalists. Dortmund lost to the team. Actually, they both lost to Rangers, didn't they? And then the Rangers got destroyed by Frankfurt in the final. Got outplayed in a lot of the minutes. Never mind. I don't know what I'm saying. Bundesliga is going to be fun next season. I mean, I do remember when just 2 months ago I was like, man, this next season's going to be bad. We weren't really going to lose Lewandowski because the board kept saying he knew what he signed. He's going to stay. I think they thought Lewandowski would have withdrawn his desire to leave by Bayern maintaining the strong posture. But if anything, he just went public with his desire to leave. So it made Bayern look bad and look like a beta that's trying to keep the hot girl because he knows he's never getting anyone like that again. So Bayern eventually let Levy go. But we never thought he was leaving up until maybe a month ago, where it became obvious that Bayern would let him go for a specific amount of money. But then you wouldn't have told me you were signing Sadio Mane, and I would have believed you. We did have Ryan Gravenberch and Masraoui, but apart from that, I thought Bayern's window was almost done. Thought we would have signed a Laimer, and that's it. Then we go and sign Ligt for 67 million plus 10 million in add-ons, scoring on his debut, already defending like a boss. Apart from the one, it wasn't even his fault. He headed the ball. It was a good header to get it away from the attacker. Because if he doesn't intervene there, it goes to the defender, to the attacker, and he scores anyways. He headed it to the crossbar. It should have been Ulreich that took the responsibility to collect the ball afterwards. And it looks like great defending. But Ulreich, being Ulreich, made it look bad. So we get Ligt, we get Masraoui, Gravenberch, Mané. It's like, bro, crazy window. And we're still wanting more. We're going to sign Matthijs Tau. Another freaking telling signing. Good joke. Haaland will walk over that hand tennis merchant of a center back. Who? Haaland's been pocketed every time he played Lucas Hernandez, Niklas Zula. I mean, I don't know if Haaland is the striker Man City think. Haaland's more of a goal scorer. He's really good at it. He's not a hold-up play guy. Yeah. But Haaland's great. What I mean to say is Pep probably bought him to have a striker that can score goals and occupy defenders and run the channels. He didn't buy him to be his false nine that can move from position to position. That was one thing. That's why I didn't want Haaland at Bayern. You can go watch the past videos about Haaland. I always said the same thing. He doesn't fit Bayern's style of play. He's just a fast pace merchant that scores goals. He works hard. His mentality is great. But his ability, he's not Lewandowski, man. He won't have a first touch that brings the ball down and finds his teammates. He won't freaking smack a freaking ping ball across the goal and get to his team. He won't do that. Yeah. He's talking about the Ligt. The Ligt's going to pocket Haaland, bro. Who wants to bet money on this? Jorge Mendes remained optimistic about the arrival of Cristiano Ronaldo at Atletico Madrid. Ronaldo wants to go to Atletico? What in the world is that? If Atletico make the signing, they're stupid. It'd be the dumbest transfer in history. I hope it doesn't happen. And Bamboo's leaving Wolfsburg and going over to Fulham United. Or just Fulham. Hassan and his team so far achieved all the goals that we had formulated together. So he gets a grade 1 for this window, says Herbert Hainer. We said we'd finish the transfer period and then sit down and talk about the future. I wish Hassan would continue. He's definitely working with heart and soul for Bayern. I'm really pleased that he's now getting praise after years of unfair treatment. It wasn't unfair. Brazo was getting criticism because he deserved it. He signed Benassar and Choupo-Moting in one window, and Mark Rocca, who we've now sold for a profit. So fair play. Come on, don't be stupid. He deserved the criticism because he was stupid then. He just happened to have divorced his wife, whom I believe to have been the source of his unhappiness, and is better now. Why the hell is Barcelona still talking about Lewandowski? Why? Bro. Oh my gosh. Barcelona are obsessed with Lewandowski. Bro, you're obsessed. He's a 34-year-old. You're acting like you signed the next Ronaldinho. Bruh. It's been like a week since the signing was announced, right? Bro, they post him every second. Lewandowski's first words as a Barcelona player. They're treating him like a baby. First words? Why? No club does. Bro, if they don't win La Liga next season, we're coming for their throats. Because this is a team that should win La Liga. You have the best striker in the world. One of the best strikers in the world. Braithwaite. You have a great defense, in your opinion. You're buying Jules Koundé. It's like 5'10" or something, like some short dude from Sevilla. You're buying... Bro, come on, man. If they don't win, the streets are coming for you. We're gonna come for you, and we're gonna destroy you. Haaland is coming for you. Oh, man. At least we have City fans in the chat, all three of them on the channel. I didn't know y'all existed, to be honest. Yeah, first time I'm rooting for Real Madrid. You're right. I want Goretzka. I want Benzema to score him. I want to call him the. We kind of attacked the Bundesliga, but I won. But at what cost? Raum to Leipzig. Yes. They do have like Angelino's like a Bruno Fernandes. He's a volume player. He's better than Bruno in the regard that he can keep the ball. But Angelino tries the killer ball every 2 seconds. So Bayern baked an entire cake for Benassar after he won the AFCON. I love this club. It's a great club, but we should have never baked that cake for Benassar. Maybe Mané saw that and he's like, I want that treatment. Hey, that's why Bayern's a special club, man. Benassar is one of our worst signings in history, and we celebrate his country for winning something. So, yeah, that's why I love this club. We are realist. Barcelona will regret. I think they will. What Barca's doing is someone's bringing up the theory that they want to avoid financial fair play, signing as many players now as they can. And then when they're transfer frozen in a few years, they already have a team that's capable of competing still. Maybe that's why. Can you guys give us Alphonso Davies, please? It looks like Man City are going for Cucurella. I don't know who that is. Sounds like a Wi-Fi password, but Pep can turn anything into a bowler. So we'll see what happens. He's black. Never mind. He's not going to bowl out for you. Pep's going to sell him in 2 years. Pep's just getting rid of all the brothers, man. Oh, no, he's not black. Well, it looks like he's Middle Eastern. Oh, no, he's Spanish. I don't care. But Pep Guardiola underachieved at Bayern. Pep's not winning the Champions League at Man City. He has that juju from those African players. Oh, Cucurella is a former Barca player. Obviously, he's going to like Pep. Well, how do City fans feel about that? He might be your guy. You don't like Pep Guardiola? No, I love watching Man City. I like Pep Guardiola. I just think he underachieved at Bayern. I call him Pep Guardiola for the memes, but I really like Pep. I would rather watch Man City than Liverpool. Liverpool play this. It's too combative for me. I want to watch some ball on the ground. Like, I don't want to watch hoofball sometimes. Liverpool, they're not afraid of going long. Pep and Man City coach to play out of the back like it's a freaking terrorist bomb. It's like a suicide bomber just waiting to get it. They are waiting to happen. But it never happens because they play their way through all sorts of pressure. So yes, I think Pep underachieved at Bayern, which he obviously did. He took a Champions League winning team and didn't win the Champions League with them because he overthinks every big game and he changes his style and just everything when it matters. And when he needs to park the bus a little bit and just play defensive, he doesn't do it. So Pep did underachieve at Bayern. It's not something I even think. It's something I know to be true and factual. But that doesn't mean I don't love his style of play and what he did for football. I think he was heavily influential for the German national team winning the World Cup. Well, actually, no. I think Jupp Heynckes had a bigger part to play because the players that won that World Cup were all influenced by the Jurgen Klopp versus Jupp Heynckes era of competitiveness in German football. So there was this brand of attacking / pressing / beautiful football that and then Pep just kind of took over and people credited him for it. But come on, like, we gotta be objective and real. Pep Guardiola he's a great tactician, but he doesn't know how to manage players, man. If he doesn't like you, he's selling you. He doesn't waste time. And you have to respect that. You have to respect that from Pep. He's cursed. His agent is a fraud. Yes, Pep Guardiola is a good league man. No, Pep's the greatest tactician in footballing history, but he's not the greatest manager in footballing history. It's my favorite food. Protein shakes after the gym. Nothing hits better, man, than that banana. Well, apart from that Real game, he was the ones we got robbed in. It's just, look, you rate Pep Guardiola for his ability to coach anyone. Pep can make a bunch of trash look good. Like, they can all be playing good football. But if he doesn't like you, he's selling you. He's not going to waste his time trying to improve you. He doesn't care. He's selling you. That's Pep's problem. But Pep has so much ball knowledge that he wanted Neymar at Bayern. He wanted De Bruyne. He wanted real ballers. And then he went to Man City and fulfilled all his dreams with that blank check. Is it the Saudis or who gave him that check? Well, they gave it to him. Yeah. But the way Man City play is beautiful. I think Man City play the best brand of football in Europe, period. Bayern don't come close with Nagelsmann. Not yet, at least. Under Flick, you can say we played the best brand of football, Flick's first season. But even then, it kind of declined. But Man City were still balling out with performances. And whenever Man City get in this stride of winning, you can't stop them. And the only team that usually does is like a Manchester United or Liverpool. And then they get back to winning. They never draw games because that's not what Pep wants. Pep wants you to either win 7-0 or lose 2-0. Like, that's what he wants. He wants goals. You have to respect it. I have nothing to say. Very, very happy. One you believe. He's a rash guy, man. Dang, Spurs are signing another freaking right back. I feel like Spurs' signings are just the legal definition of mid. Jed Spence, he's okay, but he's not some world beater. Richarlison's a good player. 60 million is a lot. We signed Mané for 30 million. Mane's already world class. Richarlison's just a hard work merchant. Clement Longley is not that good. Basuma's a good player. Ivan Perisic is a good player. Like, it's mid. Like, mid doesn't have to mean bad. It just means they're not winning a Champions League with that team. They're just getting far enough to not win, but to say it's progress for them. Barcelona are trying to sign Marcus Alonso. What is going on with that team? Jules Koundé to Barcelona. Congratulations. Just signing anyone, bro. Dang, congratulations. You might as well sign this amazing footballer. His name is I Show Speed. Sign him, Barca. Sign I Show Speed. Then you'll have a chance at Champions League para El Camp Nou, like Messi said. He's bringing the Champions League back home. Do I rate Sir Alex? Of course I do. I just didn't watch him. I'm going to rate him for being, involved in the history of the game, but I didn't watch any of his teams. Come on. How old do y'all think I am? I'm 20 years old, bro. I'm getting old. It was only like 2 seasons ago I was saying I was like 18. Now it's like, it's just getting old, boys. I'm getting old. I'm no longer a prospect. I'm expected to perform this season. I'm 20 now. I already had my teenage years. I won the under-19s, under-20s Ballon d'Or. Now, if I don't win it, they'll call me the star that never was. Dest is good. He needs time. Nah, Serginho Dest is trash. It's trash, Barcelona. Sell him. Force him out with De Jong. Hey, Frankie De Jong is just letting Barcelona have nothing. They are trying to kick him out and sign Bernardo Silva. How can they afford to sign Bernardo? How can they afford to sign Bernardo Silva, man? That club is crazy. They're saying I need some milk. Why would I do that? Will Mané return today to the USA? No. Ashme, he's going on. He's straight off to Germany, to Munich. Apparently, it would have been too strenuous on him to travel back and forth between Senegal. Wait, was it in Senegal? I don't know where it was, the award. And then go back to the U.S., play against Man City, just to go back to Germany. We would rather have him fit and ready in Germany when the team goes back in 3 days. Our U.S. tour lasted a week. That is crazy. Yeah, I wish we were here for longer. I would have probably traveled if plane tickets were so damn expensive. But yeah, I will say thank you everyone so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Leave a like. Mane, congratulations. It's always nice. If you didn't watch my monologue from the beginning of the stream, go back and watch it. I really do encourage it. Go subscribe to Bayern Now Clips. Just type Bayern Now Clips on YouTube. I'm posting, I guess I'm clipping my own clips and posting that. I wish someone could just do that for me. Just sit there and just have nothing to do. Just clip these videos. Obviously, I'm not paying you for what. Yeah. But yeah, so if you want to go watch some Bayern clips, they're going to be on Bayern Now Clips. Yeah, please go subscribe, man. Go subscribe. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Mia, send Mia, and peace. I would have gone to Green Bay, McLovin. Oh, that's Haaland as a baby. Wait, he was a Man City fan when they had no money? Damn. He's a real one then. He's a real one. I think his dad played for City, right? Yeah, I was planning to go to Green Bay because my sister lives in Minnesota. Oh, I'm an idiot. I kept thinking it was in Minnesota. Oh, now I just thought of, bro, oh, I'm an idiot. No, I could have driven there. I could have just visited her at the same time. But I did plan to go to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Oh, Green Bay is next to Michigan, not even close to Minnesota. But then there's an ocean, there's a lake. So I would have had to get a hotel. But I wouldn't go there just to go for 2 days. I would go for like a week and just happen to watch Bayern. Because who travels to just watch their team and then leave and pay like $500 for it and gain nothing out of it other than the game? I would have effectively paid $600 for a ticket. So it would have been wise if I had a plan to visit the area for about a week, because I haven't been to Wisconsin. Wait, have I been to Wisconsin? I don't know. I've been to Michigan a lot. Did I ever spend time in Wisconsin? I don't think so. So it would have been my first time in Wisconsin. It would have been a good experience. Green Bay is a big city. They have the Green Bay Packers, and I used to really like that team. So yeah, I would have liked that, but the flights were just $600. This one's $600. And then the hotels are like another $200 every night. And I like my nice hotels, man. I'm not gonna lie. So if I was spending that much money, I would need more reasons than watching Bayern. But why don't I just save the money and go to Germany next year, or even this year? I have my passport. Everything's ready, baby. Just need to get on that plane, head to Munich, and be there for like a month or weeks and do some vlogs in the Allianz Arena. How fun would that be? All right, Mia, send Mia, and peace.